Now, how do you go from dating in 2017 to kind of becoming a thing in 2019 to ending that thing in 2019 at the end of that year, but then to have a little rebirth in 2020 of a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship only to get married in November of that same year? Now living together in 2021. That's basically my story, and I'm going to tell you right now how all that can happen. And the answer is by following your heart, number one, and the second part of that answer is by ignoring your heart. And I know, very contradictory. I think we can all agree on that. Those two statements, how do they align? But there is a way. There is a way. And this is a tip in this podcast that I'm going to give you. I'm married at 21. That's the whole title of this podcast. How can you be successful in marriage, especially this early? And I'm going to give you a tip, something that I've learned not only by picking it up from other couples, but also because I'm actually living it out, putting it into practice right now. But yes, definitely been taking notes of parents of other couples that I've seen, how they have success, and success in any place, anything, any work, any job, anything in life. You can have success by listening to this very tip I'm about to give you. And I know, maybe if you're older than me watching or listening to this podcast, you're probably thinking, what is this guy going to teach me? But remember, this podcast is all about learning. So just like somebody younger than you can teach you something, I'm sure you can teach me something. So if you have something to teach me about marriage, go ahead and comment it or reach out to me in social media. I will appreciate it. I'm all about the learning. So having said that, I'm also all about the helping. And I'm going to help you right now with one tip, and that is don't follow your heart. What in the world does that even mean? The reason I want to focus on that phrase is because the world has focused on the opposite of that phrase. Most movies, books, and stories nowadays have to do with the primary lesson of telling you and the entire world, hey, follow your heart. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. What you want to do, go and do it. Get it done. Follow your heart. But I'm here to tell you that many success stories, and I think after listening to this podcast, you're going to realize I'm right. Many success stories, well, there are moments that to get to those success results, you're going to have to ignore your heart. And I'm going to put a very simple example before giving you harder examples. I guess that's the way to go, right? So let's learn with the easy stuff first. Let's say your New Year's resolution is to get in shape, right? That's what your heart wants. So the world is all like, go for it. Go follow your heart. Get in shape. But you know what? You're not going to want to work out forever. There's going to come a day where your lazy heart says, you know what, I don't want to work out today. And that happens in everything in life. I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to go to school today. I am tired of reading books. I am tired of writing this. I am tired of buying roses for my wife or giving her chocolates every 2 weeks or every time I say something that she didn't necessarily liked. You know, I'm tired. And so your heart goes and opposes what it thought it initially wanted. So you fall in love with a person, you get married to that person, and you love that person, but then there comes a day where your heart opposes that. It has the opposite feeling. You don't like the way the person chews. You can't stand the person certain days because of certain things. And that happens, going back to the simple example that I was giving, working out, right? So there comes a day where you're not going to want to work out. I'm pretty sure, I don't know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson personally, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't wake up every morning of all his years of life wanting to exercise. I don't think he got the body he has right now because he loves, he probably does love exercise, but I don't think he got there necessarily because he always felt like exercising. It takes discipline, and I'm sure he'll tell you himself, it takes discipline. Just like any job, it takes discipline. And there'll be days you don't want to practice that discipline, but you have to. You have to practice if you want to get good, if you want to get great results. Now, if you do things in a kinda fashion, you kinda work out, you kinda feel like it, so you kinda do the push-up, you kinda do the pull-up, then you're gonna have kinda results. You're probably not gonna have the abs you want or the biceps you want. You're gonna have kinda biceps and kinda abs, right? And I think that's the same with everything in life. Now, here's what I want to come back to. So your heart initially, in the beginning of 2021, wants to exercise to get a great body, but there's going to come a day in February or in March or later on in the year where your heart is going to want to tell you 5 more minutes in bed, man. Oh, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes. You know what? Let's just not work out today. And then a week goes by, and then a month goes by, and then the year goes by. And in 2022, you're going to be all excited all over again, and you're going to be like, yes, I'm going to follow this excitement. I'm going to follow this emotion, this heart, but there's going to be a day when your emotion will go down, and what your heart wants is to sleep a little longer, to not put in the work and to not put in the discipline. You know what successful people do? Successful people learn to ignore that feeling. They learn to ignore their hearts. So yeah, the lesson today is don't follow your heart, because truthfully, our hearts aren't that great. Look at the world we are in today. Just look at a baby. You don't teach it to throw a fit. It already knows how to do that. You have to teach it to obey. You have to teach it to be honest. You have to teach every kid the values of this world, the values that you want to put into your son, your daughter. You have to teach them that. You don't teach them to lie, disobey. They already know that. Their hearts are wicked. Your heart is lazy. You're not going to put in the work. You don't love working out. You love the idea of working out. And to really get success for your physical body, you need to not follow your wicked, lazy heart. You need to get up and you need to pull some weights and do push-ups. But here's the trick. Here's the trick to success. It's not just doing something that your heart not necessarily wants. It's doing something, and check this ironic statement, doing something wholeheartedly. Because again, if you don't do something wholeheartedly, you're going to do things in a kinda fashion, so you're going to have kinda results. So not only you have to defy what your lazy heart wants, you have to defy it in a passionate way. That's right. Whatever you're probably not passionate about in a moment, if you want to have success with it, you need to do it with passion. You need to fabricate that passion within. Your heart says, I don't want to work out. But you say to your heart, I'm not going to follow you. I'm going to work out, and I'm not only going to work out, I'm going to work out wholeheartedly. That's right. I'm going to force you to put in the work and to put it in right, because I don't want kind of results. And that's the same thing in marriage. Married at 21, I know I'm going to make several mistakes, but there is this lesson I've learned, and I hope to pass on to you. I don't want to listen to my heart all the time, because there is going to come a day where, you know what? I don't want to buy you roses, right? I'm pretty sure there comes a day for all couples. Right now, I'm in the love stage. I'm in love. And I am thinking to myself, we're never going to have issues. But that's false. We will have issues. And there will be moments where our hearts won't want to love each other. And the trick to a successful marriage, as I've learned and observed other long-lasting marriages, this is not something I'm inventing, but I know that the trick to successful marriage is to not always follow your heart. Your heart is going to want to give up sometimes. Your human heart is going to want to give up because it's not going to feel like it. I don't feel like buying you roses. I don't feel it, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And you know what my motivation is? I know it's not all bad. My motivation is remembering why I got married. Remembering we have a pact. Remembering it's not all bad. Stop focusing on a negative. Focus on the positive and do things wholeheartedly. So yeah, I'm not only going to buy you roses, wife, I'm going to buy you chocolates, and I'm going to get things that you deserve because I love you. And maybe in this moment, I may feel like I don't love you because of something that happened, but I know deep down I do love you. And that is why I'm going to be motivated to show you my love wholeheartedly, even if at the moment my heart says, you know what, dump this chick. I ain't going to do that. And that's the problem with this world today. They follow their heart to an extreme. That's fine. Follow your dreams. Pursue your passion. I love movies. I'm going to make movies. Right? Pursue your passion. I love this woman. I'm going to marry her. Follow your hearts. But you need to learn, just like I have needed to learn throughout this whole roller coaster called love, that following your heart is not always the way. That's right. We need to change our hearts sometimes. I'm going to follow my heart. Okay, at what expense? Next time you're going to follow your heart, ask yourself several questions. Am I going to an extreme? Right? I'm just going to follow my heart everywhere. You know what? Your heart and my heart, they are all over the place. Emotions are all over the place. If you base your life and you make decisions in life based on what your heart feels all of the time, you're going to have zero stability in life because you're going to be bouncing around the place like, I'm going to do this. No, but now I feel like I'm going to do this. And now I feel like I want to do this. And now I feel like this. And now I feel like that. And it's because emotions are a roller coaster. You can't guide yourself with them. There's no guide there. You're going to be a roller coaster the rest of your life. You're going to have ups and downs. And you're going to have marriage and divorce. You're going to have marriage and divorce and all of that over and over again because your heart is not a good base of operations. You need to control it. You need to control it. You need to change it. You need to really search within. You need to really search the way you're going to go and keep at it. Keep at that way and not think, oh, well, now I feel like I want to go this way. If you guide yourself by what you feel, you will never get anything done and you will not be successful at anything. And if you do, by a crazy coincidence, come by success, it will not be lasting success. You will go downhill. And I'm sure you know of many celebrities that have gone downhill. And most of the reasons, look it up, is because they followed their heart. They did something they felt like doing. At the top of my head, I can think of celebrities that they felt like getting drunk and wrecking their lives. And I know of many, many couples that have just broken up. Why? Because they felt like it. They felt like, I don't love this person anymore. Well, no, actually, you probably don't feel attracted to that person at the moment. But if you work for your marriage like you're supposed to work for everything, then yes, you will love that person for the rest of your life. You need to work at it. You need to get up and force yourself to love. It's a decision. It's not a feeling, it's a decision. And that's what I want to leave with you today in this episode of the Erik Phil Brown podcast. Still not having any guests over or conversing with anyone, but this is just me thinking out loud, giving you my thoughts, my tips, my opinions, things I have observed, and a little bit of what I have lived. And if you have any other comment, feel free to reach out, talk to me about it. If you have any questions that you think would be nice to talk about in the next special, in the next episode, the next podcast, feel free to share. I'm all for the learning. I've said it before and I will continue saying it. And I'm all for the helping. So I hope this video helped you. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this in a podcast place, well, I hope you give it a thumbs up and you can continue to follow this podcast because I'm pretty sure you're going to love the next episodes. See you next time. And remember, follow your heart, but learn to ignore it sometimes. Peace.